Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel. Here today, guys, for a full Barca news roundup coming your way, and we are going to be discussing the Messi operation and specifically the departures that would need to take place in order to see Messi return to the club this summer. Can it happen? Will it happen? And how likely is it as of right now as we take a closer look at our FFP situation in La Liga following rumours that La Liga may have already accepted our viability plan, plus the exchange between Messi himself and Lewandowski at the Laureus Awards last night. We're going to be discussing all of that too, and it's coming up for you today. Thank you indeed for watching. So come on, and let's do it. But I want to kick off, first of all, guys, with some confirmed news from the club this morning, as it has been officially announced that Barca will play an end-of-season friendly once again. This time there, we're going to be playing against Andres Iniesta's Vissel Kobe team in Tokyo, Japan, on the 6th of June there, with that match being played at the Japan National Stadium, which has a capacity of 80,000 fans, and it's going to be really special to go and play in front of the fans in Japan. And it was just like the end of last season, of course, when we went out to Australia. We played a post-season friendly immediately after the season is over, and the reason this year is ultimately the same as last. The game here is designed to try and claw back some of the revenue that we've lost from getting knocked out of the Champions League, from getting knocked there out of the Europa League, and I'm sure the players would much rather be on their holidays a little bit earlier. They'd much rather not have this end-of-season friendly, but to be fair, if we wouldn't have got knocked out of Europe, if we'd have stayed in the Champions League, even if we would have stayed in the Europa League, then they may not have had to. So Barca versus Vissel Kobe at the very start of June. But if we do now go back to last night, where it was a very special awards night for Lionel Messi at the Laureus Awards, who are well renowned there as some of the most prestigious awards in sports, and Lionel Messi was indeed named the Laureus Sportsman of the Year for 2023, and he also collected the award last night for the World Team of the Year on behalf of the Argentine football team after their incredible success at the World Cup. But I thought it was very interesting, given that also at the award ceremony was Robert Lewandowski, and inevitably he and Messi bumped into each other, also along there with Messi's wife Antonella, and they all had a little bit of a chat. It was well documented, it was recorded there, the footage of the conversation, but we didn't quite get the audio from that. But it has been reported in the media now what may well have been said, what they feel was said between them there. Messi apparently said to Lewandowski, "Everything good in Barcelona? Everything all good? You feeling good there?" And Lewandowski said, "Yes, everything is all fine." And then Antonella said, talking about Lewandowski and his wife, they're in love with the city. They love it there in Barcelona. I know that. And Messi said, "Do you live where we do? You know, in that area there in Barcelona where we have the house as well." And I think even from that reported conversation, you can clearly see Antonella loves it too. She loves being in the city of Barcelona, absolutely adores their house there. And going back to what we said yesterday about that desire to return to the city, much like when Lewandowski moved to Barcelona, that family aspect, and especially there, the preference of your wife, that is such an important thing. It really, really is. And of course, Robert Lewandowski, on multiple occasions over the past year or so, has often repeated he would absolutely love Messi to return to the club this summer. He would love to play on the same team as him, and as a combination, those two linking up on the same team, that would be absolutely fascinating to see play out. But the big question here today, once again, is that going to happen? Is Messi going to return this summer? Are we moving closer to that? Or is he moving further away? Is he moving closer to a move to Saudi Arabia? Because once again today, just like yesterday, there have been plenty of reports linking Messi with a move to Saudi, and it's actually being said today that it's a done deal. According to a Saudi source close to the negotiations, that deal has been all wrapped up to take Messi to Al Hilal, with many, many other sources jumping on the bandwagon saying, okay then, it must be done, it's all done, it's wrapped up, Messi is going to Saudi Arabia. But I once again want to stress, Fabrizio Romano. He comes out today, he said there is absolutely no change between Messi and Al Hilal. There is no green light between them right now. We know all about the huge offer that's on the table. We all know that Saudi are pushing really desperately for this deal to happen, but as of right now, Messi has accepted nothing and nothing is done. And that sentiment has very much been confirmed this afternoon now, because Jorge Messi, Messi's father and agent, once again has taken to Instagram to deny these rumours. He said there is absolutely nothing agreed with any club for next season. We will only decide at the end of the season. Nothing is signed, agreed or verbally agreed. These rumours are only fake news using Leo's name. So Jorge Messi again there, those Saudi reports that say it was a done deal, that is simply not the case, because the point still stands, guys, and we have to keep repeating it because it's true. Messi wants to join Barca. If he can move to Barca this summer, that's exactly what he will do. That is his aim and his priority. But the real question is, can we make that happen? The ball is in Barca's court. Can we actually enable Messi to return to the club? And I want to talk to you here about a big report that came out last night from TV3, who are often a reliable source when it comes to transfers. And they said Barca know, they're very much aware that La Liga are going to accept their viability plan, which would give the green light for Messi to return, but only if we generate 100 million in sales this summer. And they say there that would mean the sale of Rafinha, and that would mean the sale of Ansu Fati. So effectively meaning there that if both Rafinha and Ansu leave the club permanently this summer, that the money generated from their departures would enable Messi to return to the club. But I want to stress here, guys, that is not only about Messi, because remember, this is about the whole viability plan. If that plan is accepted, it means our whole summer plan is given the go-ahead, which means all of the players that we're looking to bring in would be eligible to join. So it's not just about here selling Ansu, selling Rafinha to get Messi. It's about selling those players to proceed with our summer plans as a whole. However, I do just want to explain here the mechanics of our fair play situation in a little bit of detail, because I think a lot of people are saying right now, why does sales matter all of a sudden? You know, we've all this time been talking about wages, reducing wages. Last summer, it was all about wages. Why now are we talking about generating money from sales? How will that help bring Messi back to the club? But don't forget, guys, that when it comes to FFP in La Liga, by increasing your income, your revenue there, it then increases your salary cap. So if you can actually generate funds, bring money into the club, that salary cap, it's going to get bigger. And hence why last summer, along with reducing wages, we did so much work there with bringing the salary down to fit with the cap. What we also did was activate economic levers in order to generate that income, which then allowed that wage cap to increase. So I think it's important to stress here that it's not necessarily about we have to sell those two players. It's not just about here, we have to sell Rafinha, we have to sell Ansu Fati, and if we can't sell both of those, the whole thing's off. That's not the case right now. That is one way that Barca could generate funds to increase the salary cap and give our summer plans the okay. But it's also the case whereby Barca could sell one of those players. We could have one departure and then the rest of it could be made up from elsewhere. Maybe then we'd sell one and reduce some wages and do it that way. So there's several different ways here that Barca can work within these FFP restrictions, can try and get to the kind of figure that La Liga are pushing for. And it is quite interesting right now because there are even a few murmurings today in the Catalan media that La Liga have actually already accepted Barca's plan, that they've already actually said to Barca, that works for us, which I think actually may indeed be true. That could honestly be happening right now, but then it's more about, okay, the plans have been accepted, La Liga have given us the okay, can we put them into action? Because obviously that's just on paper right now. We're saying, okay, we can sell this player, we can sell this player, we can bring those wages down, but at some point La Liga will say to Barca, well, okay then, that is fine with us, but you've got to go ahead now and do it. And that is what we're going to see take shape, and that is what is going to decide whether Messi can return, because believe me guys, it is still on the table, despite all the rumours to Saudi Arabia that we are hearing. So that right Right there, guys, is an update right now on Lionel Messi and all of these rumours, all of these speculation, just addressing some of that and also taking a look there at our FFP situation. Very, very important to be aware of that and what it's going to take this summer to get our plans into action. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you still confident that Messi will indeed return to Barca? Do you see it as something that definitely can happen? Let me know all of that down below, and we're going to be going over all of the latest news as soon as we get it. So stay tuned here across the two channels. Thank you indeed for all of your support. Absolutely fantastic. I really appreciate that. And I will see you all very, very soon. But until next time, yeah, as always, Visca, El Barça.